Hey everyone! As you all know, there is a huge shortage on face masks. So today I'm going to show you how to make your own face masks at home using a sewing machine. I have two different types of masks that I have been making. So we'll start with the first one. The first one, you will need the following materials. Tightly woven cotton fabric. And you'll need these elastic bands. I'm using a 1/4 inch wide elastic bands, and they're cut into 7 inch. So you'll need 2 of these. And these little plastic twists. These are great. They have like the metal wire inside, and they're nice to bend. It bends really easily, so it goes right onto the top of the nose area so it can bend and hold the mask in place. So those are the 3 things that you will need. Now, if you don't have the twists, I know it's like really hard to find those right now because everybody is using them to make face masks. You can always use these like metal wires or really fine metal jewelry wires. You can get them at, you can order it online or buy it at Michael's or Joann's, but they have these wires here and you can also use these. With these, you want to make sure you use like maybe 2 or 3 strands of it and twist it so that it's a little more sturdy. And you want to cut about 5 inches long, okay? 5 to 6 inches long for masks. Okay, so starting with the fabric, you're going to take this fabric. You want to cut the fabric to 15 by 7.5 inch. So 15 inch to 7.5 inch. Okay, so what we're gonna do, so this is the right side, this is the wrong side, right? So the right side, we're going to match it up like this, fold it in half. Okay, just like that. And you're going to sew 1/4 inch from outside to inside, just about 2 inches of stitches right here, right? You want to leave the middle open, and then again on the opposite side, we're going to sew about 2 inches in with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Okay, so I'm going to take my sewing pins here and just pin that 2 inch mark. So this is about maybe 2 inches right here, from here to here. And then do the other side. So 2 inches from here to here. Okay, so it looks like this. And you want to make sure you leave the middle part here open. You don't want to sew the middle part, just the outside corners. Okay, all right. Okay, so I am going to sew the top corner 2 inches in. Okay, there you go. Want a back stitch, back stitch. Okay, take the pin out. All right, then we're gonna do the other side. Okay, take the pin out. 2 inches, back stitch. Always remember to back stitch to secure your stitch. Okay. All right, so it should look like this. You can see where I sewed just right here. Okay. And when you open it up, you can see that the center part opens. Okay. So what you're going to do now is open up your seams. So where you just sewed, okay? So you're going to press down this 1/4 inch seam allowance. Sorry, it's a little hard to grab, okay? And just press it open. So it should look like this, okay? All the way down. And then you can press it with an iron so it stays open like that. Okay, so I just pressed it open, so it should look like this. Okay, and then if you just open it up, you can see that the center part opens up like that, and then just the top and the bottom here is stitched together. And then what I'm going to do is flip it to the right side here, of the fabric, and I'm going to top stitch this about 1/8 all the way down, and just one side. You don't have to do both sides, just one side. So it all the way down 1/8 from top to bottom. Okay, so put it in my machine just like that, and I'm going to sew this down. It out. Okay, so once you have done that, okay, leave it still inside out with the wrong side out. Okay, I just top stitch this part right here. I don't know if you can see the stitch, but just on one side. You don't have to do that on the top, just on the bottom. Okay, so flip it out just like that, and you're going to press it with just about 1/4 inch of the fabric sticking out like this. You see this on the top? So this is the top of your mask, and this is the bottom of your mask, okay? So at the top, again, you want to leave about 1/4 inch of the fabric just kind of sticking out like that, and then you want to press it so it looks like this, okay? Okay, so I just pressed my fabric down the 1/4 inch right here. And then what I'm going to do is grab my elastic here, one of the elastic, and open the mask here like this, and then put the elastic at the top corner right here. You see the elastic sticking out, right? So where that 1/4 of the fabric here, where I folded it, I want to make sure I tuck my fabric in just right there. Okay, just the one edge of the the elastic band. Okay, and then I'm going to sew this part here, sew it down, and then I'm going to sew it all the way down to the side and grab the other grab the other end of the elastic. It's the same elastic. Grab the other end from the inside and then pull it through to come to the bottom, and then sew it onto the bottom. Okay, so here, right there. We'll go ahead and sew this 1/4 inch seam allowance. Sew it all the way down until you get to about 1/4 of the fabric left here. You want to stop, and then you want to open up your fabric here, grab the elastic band, pull it through, okay, and make sure you have the band nice and flat. You want to make sure that it's not twisted, because if it's twisted, it's really awkward when you put the mask on with a twisted elastic around your ear. So I'm going to pull this through, but you're going to then pull it through to the bottom of the where you're sewing, so at the bottom of the mask, and you want to have that come out there. So you see your elastic coming through, okay, and you can use a tweezer to pull it through here too, so it's easy to reach. Okay, so it's right here, and I'm going to then, go ahead and sew the rest down. Sew it all the way down with my elastic inside, back stitch, okay, and then so that side is done. So my elastic is in there, and then you're going to do the same thing on the other side of your mask, okay? So again, the top here, here's the bottom. I'm going to put my elastic inside. So the one end of the elastic should be at the top, just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to sew that top part in. And then sew all the way down until you get about 1/4 left of the fabric. And then now this part is a little trickier because there's no opening on the other side. We just sewed that. So instead, you reach over to the top. And you know the opening that we left here, you stick your hand in there, grab the elastic, and pull the elastic down to the bottom of the mask and pull it through the opening where you're sewing. Okay, so here I go. It's all tricky. Okay, so there's the elastic. Comes out, but make sure again the elastic is nice and flat and it's not twisted. So I'm just making sure, I'm just feeling it to make sure it's nice and flat. Okay, it's nice and flat. Put it here. Okay, and then just finish sewing all the way down. Back stitch. Okay, so there. So the elastic is put in both sides. Okay. And then we're going to flip now the mask right side out. So go ahead and open it open it up and from the top, and you're going to flip it inside out. Okay, pull the elastics out. Okay, so now you have the base of your mask. Just like that. So it should look like that. And then you want to go ahead and press the mask on all sides so it's nice and flat because we are going to create our pleats. Okay, so I just pressed my mask on all the sides here so it's nice and flat. Now before I do the pleats, I'm going to do the top of the mask and put the plastic twist in there at the top. So right here where it opens, you see that? You're going to place the plastic twist at the top. Open it up and then just place it right in the middle. Okay, so putting it in at the top, right at the center. Okay, just like that. Flip it over and I'm going to pin that center part here so my plastic twist stays in place. And then you're going to top stitch 1/4 inch seam allowance all the way across. Okay. Take the pin out. That is done. Okay. Now we're going to add the pleats in. The pleats, what we're going to do is lay it flat on a table. And, well, here, I'll have to hold it up so you can see. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to pinch the fabric about 1/2 inch, okay? So like pinch both sides 1/2 inch at the top. And then after you pinch, you're going to fold it like that, okay? And then you're going to pin it on both sides so that the pleat stays in place, okay? You've done that, and then you're going to do the same thing with the second pleats. Pinch about 1/2 inch, fold it up, and then pin that. And then the third pleat goes again, pinch and fold up just like that, and then pin. All right. So it should look like this, okay? And then you're going to sew the pleats down. I like to do it closer to the edge, so it's about 1/8 seam allowance all the way down, top to bottom, on both sides. Okay. Out. Make sure you don't sew over your pins. The pin out. Pin out. Okay. Pull it out. Cut the threads. Okay, and then do the other side. Alright, so now my mask is done. Alright, so mask is done. Okay, and then if you flip it over, remember the opening right here, you can add extra fabric or like a cloth or a paper towel and put it in the middle. Insert it in there for extra protection. So it's, you know, triple layered of layers of fabrics protecting you. But yeah, it's really easy. So okay, we'll try it on. Okay. Pull it down. And I'm going to pull this up and just pinch it so it's nice. Nicely fitted up here, and there's like no gap, there's like no opening, so it just gives you nice protection. But there it is. Okay, hope you liked it. I highly encourage you, if you know how to sew, I highly encourage you to make, you know, 1, 2, or 3 or more masks and donate to your local frontline responders. Okay, thanks for watching.